Alright, welcome back. And here is the next display case. And I'm just going to go right into it, and we're going to start up top. So, up here, these are all done by Todd McFarlane. And we're going to start with the music collection. So these are all my music ones, music statues. And in here you can see this is Rob Zombie. He had a whole entire music line, Todd McFarlane did. And they were really, really cool. He had Kiss, he had all sorts of different artists. And Rob Zombie was one of them. This is actually a pretty heavy piece. But again, you can see the detail in his base here. And just a really cool statue. And that is Rob Zombie. Next we got Janas Joplin. And this one is just a cool, colorful, fun statue. Again, these are one of the older Todd McFarlane's pieces here. And let me try to zoom in there. And I kept this in its case for like 10 years plus for opening it. But you can see the detail again. Remember, these things cost like 10 bucks or something back in the day. And you were getting a lot of bang for your buck. And just nice little beautiful pieces. And the amount of detail is just fantastic. That's Janas Joplin. Next, we have Jim Morrison from The Doors. Now, I thought this was a cool statue, just the way they have the title of the rock band there, and also his pose. He's on the microphone, he's singing, and just really, really, really nice. And that's Jim Morrison. Next we got this huge guy here, and don't mind the NBA championship trophy underneath him. That's from Shaquille, that's below, so just ignore that. So this is, I believe his name was Overtkill, but I'm not sure. But this was Todd McFarlane, and this is one of their bigger, figures back then. And as you can see, this guy was really detailed. There we go. He's holding a parking meter. And just, it's just a really cool, big figure. Got some chains. Cool armor. And that's Overtkill. Alright, that's the top half. Let's go down to the bottom. Alright, so the bottom here is all sports. Again, I'm trying to have little themes with each little section here, so. Alright, first we got the man, the legend, Todd McFarlane. This is my first signature of his. If you buy statues from him now, they usually come with signatures, but back then, getting his signature was special, so I put it in a little frame. Alright, so let's start off here. Number 36. I believe that's Jerome Bettis. I could be wrong. But yeah, Steelers. And, these figures, I don't have a lot of them. But I tried to pick ones that had dynamic poses. And I thought that was pretty cool. Alright, next. This is a pretty cool one. That is 21. Who's 21? Jerry Rice? Not sure. I think it's Jerry Rice, but I could be wrong. Again, I'm not a huge sports fan. I just like the poses, and this was a cool little pose, and a gift from a friend actually. So, shout out to Sam. All right, next is Tigger. This was a gift from my mother on one of my birthdays. She knew I liked statues. She didn't know what to get me, so she got me Tigger. So there is Tigger, and he's playing golf apparently. And this is just one of those little porcelain statues. They're pretty cool. Next, we got some baseball with a catcher and an umpire here. Really cool pose. Don't know who the person is, although I can try to guess. And there's no name on it, so never mind. Next we got Shaquille O'Neal. Big Shaquille O'Neal fan. Well, I guess not too big, but I used to live in Florida, and yeah, Shaquille O'Neal was awesome. He was on Orlando Magic, then he, went around LA, came back to Miami, just all over the place, but I always liked him. He's really cool. This figure is actually too big, so I have his base right here, and the trophy above his head there, the World Championship trophy. So that is Shaquille O'Neal. Next, in the back here, we have a little diorama set, and that is Brett Favre with Brian Urlacher. So a really cool figure. Brett is about to get his spine busted, but also it could look like he might, release it in time, but who knows. Just a really cool pose, and they look good together. Alright, next. Let's see. This is... Who is this? Looks familiar, but I can't remember his name right now. Let's try to see who this is. Sorry about that. Oh, Randy Moss. Okay. Getting confused by the colors because usually I'm used to seeing him in purple, but with the Vikings. But this is when Randy Moss went to the Raiders. And this is just a really cool, he has the helmet in the air. I thought that was pretty dynamic. It's just a really nice figure. Alright. So that is my display of music, random Todd McFarlane stuff, and sports.